Hello, I'm Ian Bruce. I'm 29. I originally grew up in Sydney. However, these days I'm nomadic. Been living out of a van, mostly based in Perth recently, but the past 4 years I had no permanent address. I've been travelling around Australia and in various countries around the world, just finding it easier not to have a house. I actually have a few jobs. They're all really fun actually. The funnest one is I'm a skydive instructor and I do that part-time as a hobby on the weekends. My other roles is I'm a rope access trainer or assistant trainer. Still doing my full qualification there, but we teach industrial rope access, which is climbing the same as the high-rise window cleaners, and so we put them through the rope course, teach them all the skills they need to be safe out there in the workplace. Then further to that, my main role is I go and do rope access work out mostly in heavy industry. So we climb and abseil on ropes at heights into holes into harder to access areas, and then carry out mechanical engineering work. I work with an excellent crew, really switched on, really skilled tradesmen. What we do could be considered high risk, but to us, we carry out everything so safely, look after each other. It's really fun, enjoyable work. It's something that I always wanted to do since I was really young. It's one of my main passions in life would have to be rock climbing. It's what I started doing when I was really young. I started climbing a cliff in our backyard, and then that's progressed to climbing, bigger cliffs and pretty much shaping my life. That's how I, ended up doing the work I do. From the climbing, that made me always want to base jump to get down. As soon as I found out that I could, instead of hiking down or abseiling down, that I could jump off a cliff and parachute, that just became my life dream. And finally last year I spent the year traveling the world base jumping. So the mountain sports are sort of like the core enjoyments for me. Yeah, being in the mountains and nature, it's where I really feel as though I belong. It's where I feel at home. As a person, I can be quite curious. I love reading non-fiction. You won't ever catch me reading fiction. Very rare you'll see me watching a fictional movie or some TV show or something like that. I love learning about different cultures, different people, different ways of living, different ways of seeing the world, different animals, thinking how animals relate to the world and nature and how they perceive things different to us human animals. I practice Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga 6 days a week. I practice the whole system of yoga, not just the physical exercise and the postures, but I get deep into the philosophy, the diet, and the whole system, the meditation, the pranayama, just the breathing. So it was kind of hard to come up with a major event in my life to share with you guys, to talk about me as a person. I couldn't really think of anything quite significant, though the main thing that came to mind was that when probably 5 or so years ago, I was living in Spain in Ibiza party island, and most of my time went towards producing electronic music and DJing in nightclubs, and I was always drinking and partying, and my life was a whole lot different. I was all very hedonistic into constant stimulation and all over the place, wasn't as happy and calm as I am now. And towards the end of the summer, the European summer, I decided that maybe this isn't how I wanted to live, so I bought a ticket to the Swiss Alps and then went and hung out with some friends in the mountains there and got back in touch with my climbing and watched them base jump, and then that's when I just decided that these are the things I wanted to be doing. So I feel as though I have what it takes to become Australia's first ninja warrior, from my climbing strength and the focus that I get from my practice of yoga. So my motivation for applying was that it's seriously just to have a bit of fun, for my friends to have a laugh. That's kind of what I want to do. That's kind of what I do with everything.